partners. I'm so excited. I can hardly wait to come today. Last week when I was here, I got to see your Lucy writing time. That's what you call it, right? Yeah, it says Lucy writing. Yeah, Lucy writing. And so today, I was really excited to get here, to be here to help with Lucy writing. And I was pretty amazed at your writing last week because I noticed that you were writing about yourselves and you were writing a lot of information. You were trying to stretch those sentences as you were stretching words and stretching sentences. And when you do that, when writers do that, you're really building your stamina to be able to write. You were stapling pages in your books and writing all of those details. And who was it that was writing about, wasn't it like snowmobiling? Was it snowmobile? No, it was the jamboree. It was the, what's that, you? Joshua. And Joshua was talking about his skating or his hockey jamboree, is that right? Yeah. So that was fun to hear about. So today, we're going to be focusing a little bit more on sentences, but first, we're going to talk about what makes writing easier to read. When someone writes a story or they write sentences, what makes it easier to read? Now, Mrs. Hanson told me that you know how to work with shoulder partners and you know how to make the pyramid when you're ready to share an answer. Okay? So before we start, I want to make sure that everyone's sitting next to a shoulder partner. Okay? Does everybody have a shoulder partner? Pair up with your partner so I can see. Pair up with your partner. Kate, can I have you, just for today, can you go back by William? William, Kate's going to be your partner. Do we ever do triads, Mrs. Hanson? Yes. Yep. So, Healthy.
Jemima, I think Healthy would be a great partner for you.
Excellent. Thank you. And girls, could you just slide down? Then we would be ready to go. Just one more slide. Can you move down just a little bit? Excellent. Okay, I see everybody with their pyramid. Okay, put your hands down. Thank you. So I'll know that you and your partner are ready when you are in your pyramid. Okay? All right. So, you're going to share with your shoulder partner, your pyramid partner, what makes writing easier to read. When you read someone's writing, what makes that easier? Share with your partner. All right, 3, 2, 1. I didn't see any pyramids, but I'm going to pull us back together. I heard you talking with your partner, so I heard many of the things that you said, so thank you for turning around so quickly. All right, I want you to compare your thinking to mine. Okay, compare your thinking to mine and see if this is something that you and your pyramid partner talked about. This is something that makes writing easier to read. When your letters are spaced so that you can see each letter, so that there's space. It shouldn't look, the word table, it shouldn't look like this.
That says table.
That says table, but the letters are too close. So we put a little bit of space between each letter.
And make them big.
I heard Levi and his partner sharing something. Levi, do you want to share with us? What makes writing easier to read?
Put little tiny spaces in between the words.
Yeah, that's what you and your partner were talking about, spaces between the letters. Okay. Last week when I was here, I heard someone say, talking about that word snowmobile and how you stretched it and how you sounded. So if I'm going to write the word snowmobile, I'm going to sound out every letter. So,
You're not supposed to.
Okay? I'm going to put a letter for every sound that I hear. I'm not just going to write and say snowmobile and put an S, right? Last week you talked about writing a letter for every sound that you hear. That makes writing easier to read. Anything else you want to share with me? Something that makes writing easier to read. Elsa.
You can read it over and see if any words are messy.
Right. Oh, it's really hard when people have messy writing. So if I'm going to write Elsa's name, I want it easy to read. Oh gosh, can Mrs. Lingle do messy writing? I suppose I could, right? Ooh. Yeah. If we write, try to stay on the line, try to stay straight, right? That will help us with our writing. All right. Thank you for helping me with that. So you know some of the things that make writing easier to read. Okay? And that's something that we always keep in mind when we're doing our writing. Today our writing is going to look a little bit different. In just a minute, Mrs. Hanson and I are going to give you your writing paper, but we're just going to give you one piece. Okay?
Yes.
One piece of writing paper, your writing folder, and a black pen. Today we're not going to use crayons and we're not going to use markers. We're just going to use our special black pens to do our writing today. So we're going to have a green folder, one piece of writing paper, and a black pen. And then you're going to put that in your study spot and come back to the carpet, okay? Mrs. Hanson, where would those